Straw, and he's Parker, and together we are the Battlehammer. Got some more Spirit Island coming at you like Cleopatra. This will be the final, not the final countdown, no, the final of the kind of starter spirits that I'll be playing with on solo. So I've got my little deck of cards that I'll be working through, rather than drawing randomly like you would normally. And I am playing as Shadows Flicker Like Flame. Woo! And we'll read the little blurby blurb. The Dahans say, if the long shadows of sunset stretching beside you begin to shift and flicker like tongues of hungry fire, do not run. That will only feed your fear and whet the shadow's appetite. This spirit invokes an instinctive fear in humans, perhaps because it doesn't think at all like humans do. It's more alien-minded than most. Until a few generations ago, the Dahan carefully propitiated it? I don't know that word. Only at a distance, steering as clear as they could. But during the years of the relentless sun, it shaded large swathes of the island, averting catastrophe. Since then, many Dahan have been willing to carefully and cautiously heed its words, feeling they have a debt they ought to try to repay. Set up, put 3 thingies on, 2 there and 1 there. Good at causing fear and picking off lone explorers and towns containing the invaders. Not so good at massive damage, mainly to rely on allies, whoops, to handle thoroughly colonised lands. Ability to boost range gives more flexibility to range 0 powers, can be important in larger games. So offence, control, fear is my biggest thing. So, fear. Fear me. My special rule is Shadows of the Dahan. Whenever I use a power, I can pay an extra point of energy to target a land with Dahan regardless of the range of the power. Which is okay in this, but you can imagine in a multiplayer game, if I had a big massive island, like a 4-player game, and there's someone over here or someone over there I want to activate, then because they've got Dahan, I can do it on their space, which is pretty cool. My innate power is Darkness Swallows the Unwary. I can only do it within one of a sacred site, and it will allow me to gather people, which is quite cool because it means that I can move them off of places where they may build or ravage. So let's get it on. Hopefully you know the rules of the game by now if you've been watching along. So I'm not going to be too explanatory, if that's even a word. So, growth. I can reclaim my cards and gain a power card. Well, I don't really want to do that. I could gain a power card and add a presence. Or I could add a presence and gain 3 energy. I'm going to do that because at the moment I've got 0 energy. So I can add a presence within 3. So let's go with this one, which will allow me to play 2 cards, and we'll place on 1, 2. We'll place it over here, so that gives me a good spread across the board. So hopefully I'll be okay. And now I can play as my gain 3 energy. Don't forget that. Gain 3 small ones. 1, 2, 3. And now I can choose my powers. Well, I can play up to 2 cards now. So I've got Concealing Shadows, which does fear, and stops me taking damage from ravaging, which I don't need to worry about yet. Favours Called Due, which allows me to gather Dahan and potentially cause a bunch of fear, which is pretty cool. Crops Wither and Fade, which is all about doing fear, and then Mantle of Dread, which is fear, and I can push things around. So I've got 1 fast power. let's... I could do that. That's the thing. So I probably want to manage to set off my innate powers. Fortunately, 2 of them have got fire, and all of them have got moon. So let's do crops wither and fade, and then we'll do favours called dew. So that costs me 1 energy, that costs me another 1 energy. Plonk, plonk, pop those there. And because I've got 2 shadows and 1 flame, that allows me to do darkness swallows the unwary. Ooh. And because that's fast, that means I can do it now. So I'm going to do my fast things. That's the only fast thing I can do. I can gather 1 dude within 1. Sorry, the range is 1 of my blurp, blurp, bleep, blorp, sacred sites. So I can do it either on this space or this space. I think I'm going to gather him into there. Ooh, he's walking out into the darkness, into the shadows, and that means they won't build there, which is pretty cool. And then these 2 are both slow. So, Blighted Island Fear, Ravage. Don't have any ravaging buildings. We build on the sands. Well, fortunately, he's now wandered off, so he doesn't build there. This guy will build here, where these Dahan are. So he will build a little town. A little town. And that's that. Then we explore in the mountains. Oh, boo. So there's a thing there and a thing there. Oh, no. Yes. And now I get to do my slow things. So we can do favours called dew and crops wither and fade. Crops wither and fade does 2 fear. It's got a range of 0, so I can only do it on the spaces where I've got things. But it means I can replace a town with a dude. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to do it on this space here. I can replace this town with this dude. Now I didn't destroy it, so it doesn't give me any fear, but it causes 2 fear, so that's good. Then we've got favours called dew here, within range 1 of something. And if their invaders are present and the Dahan now outnumber them, I generate 3 fear. So I'm going to do it on this space, gather these Dahan, they all move into there. And now because they outnumber these explorers, I do 3 fear. So 1, 2, 3, I get my first fear card. It's almost like fear is something that Shadows Flickering Flame does, or something, right? I didn't do that. No, I didn't do that. So, that's the slow thing. Time passes. Back to me. So I get to do my growth. Now I've only got 1 energy and I'm not going to gain any this turn, so I think putting presents down is going to be a thing. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to add a presence within 3 and gain 3 energy. So gain 3 energy, and I'll add a presence. So I'll do this one, which will be give me another energy. And I'm going to pop it here. So I've now got a sacred site just there. And then that gets me an energy as well because of growth and stuff. And now I get to choose my powers. Well, I might as well do both of them because I can play 2 cards. So that one costs me nothing, which is nice. And that one costs me 1, so I'll spend that 1. And that gets my 1, 2 shadows and 1 fire, so I get to do Darkless Swallows the Unwary. So because I can do that within range 1 of a Sacred Site, I've now got a Sacred Site here, so I can do it on this space and gather him into there. Might not think that's awesome, but because that means that they'll only do 1 point of damaging, that means that don't have to worry about this. And I'll do Concealing Shadows, range 0, so I'll just do it here. So he won't do any damage this turn, and it generates me more fear. Woo! So that's that done as well. I've still got this in my slow phase. It's the Invader phase. Blighted Island, no fear. What can we do? We're at fear level 1. Invaders do not explore into lands with at least 2 to harm. Well, we don't know where they're going to explore, so that's pretty cool. It might be cool. We don't know where they're going to explore yet. So, Ravage in the Sands. This sand doesn't get any ravage because there's no dudes. This guy does 1 point of damage to the land, which isn't enough to blight it. I would do damage to the harm, but doesn't because of the card I spent. And then the Dahan, stab him in the face. Bear! Poke. So that was the Ravaging. And then building in the mountains. So we get a building here, a little town, and then there's a city there, so we get a town over here. Ugh. That's going to be not cool next turn. And then they explore in water. Oh, they don't explore if there's at least 2 to harm. Well, there's only 1 to harm there. So we will get an explore up here and an explore up here. Ooh. Then I get to do my Mantle of Dread, which is a slow power. Target a player. So I'll target myself. And then I do 2 fear. That gets me another fear card, which is nice. And target spirit may push 1 explorer and 1 town from a land where it has... Oh, boo. Where I've got presence, but all the presence I've got there is empty, so I can't push anyone. Sad face. So then it's my go. Well, I'm going to have to reclaim my cards because I've got no cards in my hand, so I'll reclaim my cards and gain a power card. This is a minor power, and we gain Dark and Tangled Woods. Ooh. It's a fast one, does 2 fear, and if it's mountain or jungle, I defend 3. That's pretty cool. That is cool. That's very cool indeed. Wellity, wellity, wellity. Then I generate 1 energy, because I'm only generating 1 per turn at the moment. And then I get to go, and I can spend up to 2 cards. Well, I think, actually, that's really handy. So I'm going to do Dark and Tangled Woods. And I'm going to do it range 1. I'm going to do it on this space. So defend 3. That means when these guys ravage, they won't do any damage, and they'll all get murdered by the Dahan. Ha ha ha! And it does 2 fear. Oh no, sorry. Play the cards first, and then work out. So I've got another card to spend. Oh, costs me an energy, and see if I can defend anything. Ugh, I don't know if I can get rid of these guys. Range 0 means I can't do it on that. Oh, but I could do it on a land with the Hana. Oof. Sorry guys, I'm having a thinky think. Mantle of Dread does 2 fear. I can only push people from where I've got presence, so that's not as good. That is less good. Let's gather up to 4. That could work. That could work. Oh no. Oh no! Oh boo. Sorry about this guys, having to have a thinky think. I think I'm going to have to do that just for the fear, if nothing else, and do that for 1. Which will allow me to do Darkness Swallows the Unwary, which is pretty cool. So Darkness Swallows the Unwary is fast, because I've got 2 shadows and 1 flame, so I can gather 1 dude. So the target space is 1 within a range of my Sacred Site. So this is within 1 range of my Sacred Site. I'm going to do it on there and then gather this guy out here, so he won't build on this space, which is pretty good. Then we've got Darker Tangle Woods, that's fast, that gives me 2 fear, 1, 2. And within range 1 of anything, so I'm going to pop it here, boop, and that gets defense 3. Which means that they'll try and attack the harm, won't, and then they'll get murderized, which is good. And then I've still got Crops Wither and Fade left to play. Fear. Fear level 1. Each player may push 1 dude into a land with more towns or cities than the land it came from. Huh. I could push him into here, or I could push him into there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Defense 3 means he'd kill a Dahan, but he would get murdered. Not willing to risk the lives of my Dahan dudes, so I'm not going to do that. Sad. Then we're going to Ravage in the Mountains. These guys ravage in the mountains. They do 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. I defend 3, so I take 1 damage, which isn't enough to cause blight, but it is enough to hurt a poor Dahan. And then they get their revenge. They do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is enough to kill all of those dudes and destroy that town, which generates me another point of fear. Over here we've got Ravaging. We do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points of damage, which is definitely enough to do some nasty, nasty blight. Oh dear. Fortunately I didn't have any, what's this stuff, presence there, so I don't lose any presence. Yeesh. Then we've got Building. Building the waterways. Nothing here. We've got a town here, so we build a city instead. Oh, I've got a bad feeling about this. And Exploration on the coastal lands. 1. Oh, this big area by the beach. Not cool. And that guy. Then I've got my slow powers. I did Crops Wither and Fade. It's within range 0 of me, so I'm going to have to do it here really. It doesn't really matter where I do it. I generate 2 fear. 1, 2, gets me another fear card, and terror level 2. Ready. It's almost like I'm really scary. Oof. Now a new turn. Don't know what I'm going to do about these cities. Oh, time passes, so the Dahan rebuild their little dude, and that goes away. Ooh. Well, at the moment I can play 2 cards. I've got 3 in my hand. Ooh. Oh, that might work. Oh, that might work. That might work really well, actually. So I'm going to place a presence and gain energy. Do I need energy? Do I want a power card? I'm right for energy at the moment, so I'm going to gain a power card, add 1 presence within range 1 and pop that there, and then gain a power card. And I can play up to 3 cards now. Okay. This might be cool. Wow, it's going to be those 2. And then, which one of these did I want to do? Oh, I wanted to do both of those, didn't I? Of course I did. Really want to do both of those. I could do that, I guess. And then that leaves me with that for next turn then. Oh, decisions. Because I've got this Darkness Swallows the Unwary. I really want to do this second one because I can destroy up to 2 explorers and then gain a fear per each explorer destroyed, which would be really good. But I did have a plan with Favours Called You, gather up to 4 dudes into here, and then if they're present, now outnumber them, generate 3 fear, which is awesome. And then also play that they don't take damage from the Ravaging Invaders, so they'll kill everyone. I think that's worth doing. I think this is good, but actually I think this combo is better, probably long term. I can play another card. That's slow, which is... Oh, that's alright. Yeah, and then we'll play Mantle of Dread as well. So it's going to cost me 2. It gets me 1. Now I can do Gather 1 here. Darkness Swallows the Unwary, so I am actually going to do that now. Because you can Ravage and build. So I think we're going to move this guy down to here. Because it's within range 1 of a Sacred Site, so this is, so I can push him down to there. Or gather him, sorry, and that means he will neither Ravage. Oh, actually no, because he'd Ravage first, and then he'd get killed by the Dahan. So I'm going to leave him there. I'm actually going to move this guy out into there. Yes, let's do that. Okay, my other far. Oh, that's a slow power. I've ballsed everything up. Oh no. Yeah, I thought that was a faster power Favours Called You, but it's not. Oh no! Oh well, let's power through. Well anyway, okay. Fuck, that's really ballsed everything up. Quite a lot. Yeah. Although maybe for next turn I might be alright. Maybe. Probably not though. Really ballsed everything up. I thought I could do those the other way around, but I can't. Well, okay, well we'll do it here then. Concealing shadows. I should have done it the other way around. Might have been alright. Oh well. One fear, bloop, and this guy won't take any damage this turn, which won't matter anyway. But still, that's done. And then I've still got those two happening when the slow thing happens. So then that was my fast powers. Now we've got fear, and we're now in terror level 2. Each player removes one town or explorer from a land with 2 or fewer invaders. Gonna have to be this guy. Yeah. Oh well. That goes. Then we've got ravaging in the waterways. This definitely happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, blah. So that gets rid of me there and puts a blight down. Because this was removed, it doesn't go back onto my player board, it just goes out of the way. It is not good. And ravaging in the waterways here, he does a point of damage and gets killed in return. And then we build in the coastal lands. Can't build here, can't build here, have to build here. We've got a city, so we build a town. And then where do we explore? In the jungle, which is quite large. Jungle is massive. Got 3 blight on the board. I can't get rid of blight. I've got no get rid of blight powers. Get rid of this and this. Oh no, this could be over really quick. Well, now I've got my slow powers, so that's something. Dearie my. Gather up to 4 Dahan. Now, where are they ravaging in the coastal lands? Okay. Well, this could work. So I'm going to do it on this space. I'm going to gather these 4 in there. And because they outnumber the invaders, those 4 dudes, that gets me 3 fear. 1, 2, 3. Generating all the fear. And then we've got Mantle of Dread. 2 fear, targets might make push a dude from a land where it has stuff. So yes, I can do on this space. 2 fear. 1, 2, and I can push a dude, so I'll push him out into the mountains here. Okay, this could work. And then that goes. Whew, back to my go again. Well, I'm going to have to reclaim my cards, get those back. Oh dear. And I gain a power card. It's a major power. The Jungle Hungers. Oh, that's really cool, but I won't be able to do it. Oh no. Because it's power 3. Destroy all dudes and things and Dahan. Yeesh. That's amazing. Well, now I have to forget a power. Which to forget? Which one have I not been using? Well, I definitely want to keep my shadows, which fortunately I've got loads of, that's not a problem. I want to keep my leaves, and I want to keep my fires. It's probably going to be one of these 2. Oh, but they're the really useful ones that I use all the time. Silly game. Alright, let's get rid of Mantle of Dread then. Probably a really bad idea, but I've got to get rid of something. Can't keep them all because I've got a major power now. Energy, I generate 1 point of energy, so it only gives me 2, which is not great. But I can do 3 cards. Unfortunately, most of my stuff's really cheap. So I can't do my big major power yet. Wow. Can I do that? 3 and 2. I want to do those. And then one of those. Ravaging the coastal lands, put more blight down. Oh no. God, this stupid game. Making me think about stuff. I'm not bothered about that then. And he does a fear, that will do 3 fear, so let's do that anyway. We'll just generate a bunch of fear. Be spooky. Okay, so that's going to be those 3. That cost me 1, 2, because 1 energy, 0 energy. So I'm out of energy now. They're all slow, but I've got 3 shadows and 2 fire, which will allow me to do Darkness Swallows the Unwary. And I think, because it's the next level up, I can destroy up to 2 dudes within range 1 of one of my things, and I get 1 per fear. So these would build, so I'm actually going to kill these 2. That generates me 2 fear. 1, 2. And then these 3 are my slow cards, so they'll happen after their go. Oof. Then it's fear. Hopefully we've got some good stuff in here. We're at Tether level 2 at the moment. Each player chooses a different land. In chosen lands, gather up to 2 Dahan, and then 1 point of damage if things are present. Well, if I knew that was coming, I would have done something else, wouldn't I? You silly game. Let's just send, because if I send them in here and just do 1 point of damage, it's no big deal. But if I can send him in, gather him into there, and then I'll do a point of damage and kill that guy. At least that gets rid of him. Okay. Now, Dahan on their guard. In each land with, oh God's sake, in each land with Dahan, defend 1, plus an additional defend per Dahan in there. So if I'd have sent all of these in here, I've got loads of defend, but I didn't know that was going to come up, so nah, you live and learn. Ah well. Fucking fuck. Okie dokie. Well, coastal land's ravaging, so that's big old ravaging here. Gets to put blight down, so cascades, and we'll cascade it into here. And then we build in the jungle, but we don't because there's no one in the jungle to do any building. At least that's something. And then we explore in the waterways. So this guy will come up here. This guy will come up here. Oh man, this is not looking good. Well, the ravaging's going to be okay for the jungle. That's something. And then building in the water. Might be able to move this guy. Okay, anyway. Now I've got my 3 slow powers. Snow plows, slow powers. Okay, okay. Well, crops wither and fade. I'll do that one first because it's on a space where I am. It just does 2 fear. 1, 2. I could replace things with things, but I can't because it's range 0. Then it's going to be that space. Oh, oh, oh! This could be a thing. This could be a thing, potentially. So, Shadows of the Burning Forest. It's range 0 again. So I'll just do 2 points of fear. 1, 2. Well, victory condition is now get rid of all the cities, which I probably won't be able to do. And then favours called you, gather up to 4 Dahan. And if the invaders are present and the Dahan outnumber them, score 3 fear. I think I can't get enough into here. What, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8. I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I won't be able to outnumber them. So I'm just going to gather this guy in here because I'm within range of this presence. I'm gathering him. Oh, gather 2 in. Now they outnumber them, and that scores me 3. 1, 2, 3 gets me another fear card. Ooh, right. And I'm on terror level 3, and I've only got 2 fear cards. If I can generate 2 more fear cards, I can win the game. Ooh, danger, Will Robinson. That's that done. Well, time passes. Yeah, don't have to worry about that. To growth. Well, I think let's play this one. Add a presence and gain 3 energy. Do that. And where do we want to put it? Ooh, Nelly. Oh, I did that wrong. Stupid game. Yeesh. Still really good though. They're building the waterways, aren't they? Don't have to worry about him. Don't have to worry about that. Can I gather him out of the way? Maybe. No. Oh no! Okay. Well, we'll place it there and we'll have another holy site. Yeah, we'll do that. And that will generate me 3 energy. 1, 2, 3. And now, because of this, I generate 3 energy. So I've got 6 energy. Woot woot. Oof. Whoa, Nelly. Slow, but that's great. Oh no, that's not as good at all. Oh, wow. I thought it was within... So I've got a target here is a jungle within range 1 of something. I thought it was within range 1 of a jungle, but I was wrong. It's a jungle with presence. Within range 1 of a jungle with presence? I need to double check the rules. Because if it's within 1 of a jungle, that's good, because I can then do it and it's cool. If it's in a jungle within range 1 of my presence, that's less good. Sorry about this, guys. Come on, Parky. I think it is, you know. I think I'm alright. Given what the other cards say, target land is a jungle. So I'm going to say this jungle hungers. Oops. It's a jungle with presence within range 1 of that. I mean, that's the order that it says it in, so I'm going to say that's the order I do it in. So I find jungle with presence and within range 1. Yeah, that makes sense. Because it's the jungle, then the range, not the range, and then the jungle. So I can play all 3 cards, so I might as well, because if nothing else I generate a bunch of fear. So that's going to cost me 4 power. Unfortunately I don't get to pull this off, and nor do I get to pull that off. Get 1 and 2. Back. These 2 are fast. Now, mountain or jungle, do I have to worry about the ravaging? No, so we'll just do 2 fear from dark and tangled woods, 1, 2, and then concealing shadows, we'll just do another point of fear, because nothing else matters. And nothing else matters. Leaves me with jungle hungers left to play, which is a slow card. So fear. And we're in tail level 3. Overseas trade seems safer. Defend 9 in all coastal lands. Invaders do not build in coastal lands this turn. That's crazy. Oh, if that had come up earlier for these guys, that would have been amazing. Oh well, it's Levi. And then we've got Wary of the Interior. Each player removes 1 dude or town from any land. Oh, cause it would have been inland lands, but now it's from any land. Well, shall I just remove... Well, he's not going to build. I'm not worried about those guys, because they'll go away. So, let's just get rid of him. Just get rid of him. Yeah. Catch you later, Bill and Ted. Then we've got Ravaging in the Jungle. No one in the jungle will ravage. Excellent. Then we've got Building in the Water. These guys, there's a city, so I'll build a town. And there's no one here to build, which is good. And then we do some exploring. And explore into the mountains. Oh my god, this place is getting so full of dudes. Huh. Now they're going to ravage, so I need to worry about those. So now it's my go again with my slow powers. So I'll do Jungle Hungers, speed slow, which is range a jungle tile with presence within 1 of that. So this space here, destroy all dudes and all towns, but I also destroy all Dahan. So these 2 dudes, bye, and these 2 towns, which will generate me 2 fear. 1, 2. Oh, sorry, I don't flip the space up. Oh, I'm so close to just winning. Oh, but I've only got 2 blight to spend. This is going to be tight. And I've got no cards left, so I'm going to have to reclaim my cards. So, my go. Reclaim my cards, gain a power card. It's a minor power, so I can just keep it. Ah, it costs 0. Wow. And then I gain 3 energy. 1, 2, 3. Oh, man. Let's see, what can I do? That's really good. I mean, is it worth it? It might be. I don't know. It might be worth it. Oh. I'm going to ravage in the water. I can't push the city, but I could generate enough fear. That's something that's well worth doing. So we're going to do that for 0. Land of Haunts and Embers. Oh, I can't do that. Ugh. Suck. Yeah, we'll do that anyway. bunch of these are fast. Don't need to worry about that. Just trying to do as much fear as possible now. Yeah, we'll do that one, and then we'll do that one just to see if I can get enough fear to win me the game. Because these are both fast, that might be alright. So, it cost me 2 energy because I've got these two both cost 1, that one costs 0. These are both fast, and because I've got 1, 2, 3 shadows and 2 fire, that means I can do this. Darkness Swallows the Unwary, which is speed fast. Destroy up to 2 dudes within 1 of a sacred site, and I generate a point of fear per dude destroyed. So I'm going to pick this space and go 1, 2. That generates me 1, 2 fear. And then I've got these 2 fast ones. So we'll do Dark and Tangled Woods. We'll do it on this space because it's within one of my things. Generate 2 fear. 1, 2. Do-do-do-do! They're so scared they'll run away. Oh, aye, the scary island. No, let's sail away in our boats. Oh no, ah, aye, terror. Woohoo! Oh, I got a fear victory. Good times. Oh man. Whew. Just about. And I've got some more fear from this one, and then even more fear from that one, and then generate blight, but we don't worry about stuff like that. Oh man. Whew. What do these 2 fear cards do? Retreat. You can push dudes and remove 2 health worth of invaders. Nice. Scared them all away. Go team Shadows Flicker Like Flame. The more I play this game, the more I really enjoy it. It's really, like, it's simple, but there's a lot there, if you see what I mean. Like, the core rules are really simple. Just go through what it says on here, and play some cards, spend some energy, but then it's like, you get to add the elements to get which activate your innate powers. I like it. It feels vaguely, I think people would argue that it's similar to Pandemic, because you're trying to quell these explorers and they build stuff, and it's almost like that Pandemic feel where they spread across the board and you're trying to stop them. But I really like the asymmetry of having vastly different spirits. That's the thing that's really cool. You feel empowered when you're playing. Yeah. I mean, I know that also there are other rules. So there are the you can do scenarios which will cause certain things to happen at certain points in the game, or maybe you have to achieve a certain objective. And also there are certain nationalities that make the game harder. Really weird playing it solo because it's just my little bit of the island. I'm really looking forward to having a chance to play it multiplayer and playing different spirit. Oh, love it. Good times. Everything's nice and clear as well. Like, everything makes sense. Like the iconography and the board and everything. It's all really nice and clear, which I really like. These cards are a little old school, where you've got the elements down the side. Looks a little bit like an old school Magic card, but that's a minor thing. The art's really nice. That's really cool. Like this, the land of Haunts and Embers. I don't know whether you can see that. Probably not very at all, but there's like these spooky, like, ash people who are coming out of the ground, which is cool. Love it. Well, that was the 4 basic spirits. Probably see some more on the channel as time goes on. If you want to help out, you can do so in the doobly-doo down below. We'd really appreciate it. We've got our Patreon and our Amazon wishlist and all the other fun stuff. Facebook, Twitter, all that. Find it in the doobly-doo. But the number one thing you can do if you do nothing else, make sure you do this. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you liked it, want to subscribe. If you don't like it and don't want to subscribe, you don't have to like and subscribe. But we would like it if you liked and subscribed. And until next time, stay hammered. Do, 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 do.